Yer. What's poppin', gang? Hope y'all got it. It's Smoke with Peso. Let's get into it. Before I get into this video, man, we dive into this Diddy situation. Any video we react to on this channel, we do not pre-watch. If you want a pre-watch video where somebody gonna know if the video is a fake or whatever, go watch your favorite reactor. Go watch your favorite YouTuber. Because we only give real authentic reactions over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing fake, ain't nothing scripted. I don't go on my notes and write down time stamps on when I'm gonna do this and do that and do this and do that. And my oohs and ahs. No, everything over here is real. So we can kill that noise off the flip. But on a new note, this Diddy situation is looking like he's gonna come home. I keep telling y'all, they not proving sex trafficking, man. I keep telling y'all it is. So we're gonna dive right into this thing. We're gonna see what's to it. We're gonna have them explain it.
Has now reached a full verdict in the racketeering and sex trafficking trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're breaking down the jury deliberations and final verdict in the federal trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Warning, certain information may contain distressing details.
Power and money. You can buy yourself out of a conviction. Let's be honest.
Judge hands the case to the jury.
12 New Yorkers, 8 women, 4 men are currently receiving instructions from the judge.
After 7 weeks of testimony, deliberations began on June 30th, 2025 in the federal criminal trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Following detailed instructions from Judge Arun Subramanian, the jury of 8 men and 4 women was tasked with considering charges of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
Combs, who has denied the allegations against him, is facing 15 years to life in prison if convicted.
Judge Subramanian emphasized that, quote, actions may speak louder than words, and told jurors, quote, the evidence is the testimony, reminding them that Diddy was not required to testify, and, quote, you must not attach any significance to that. Each juror received a copy of the judge's instructions, though charts and summaries were not provided, and the judge stressed, quote, your verdict must be unanimous.
Because the jury instructions are a roadmap to the jurors when they go and deliberate. And what I mean by roadmap is it lays out each one of the charges.
About an hour into deliberations, the jury raised concerns about Juror 25, a 51-year-old gay white man with a PhD in molecular biology and a background in veterinary science, stating he appeared unable to follow legal instructions and requested a private meeting.
Juror number 25 is actually having questions about how to sort of take all of this information in that they were given for over 2.5 hours and apply it to those charges.
Judge Subramanian declined the meeting, but reminded jurors of their duty to follow the law and instructed them to continue. Later that day, the jury also sent a note seeking clarification on controlled substances. Verdict.
So the jury, Kira, had to fill out this form, which lists the charges, proven, not proven, the predicate crimes, and whether Sean Combs is not guilty or guilty.
On July 2, 2025, the jury returned to the Manhattan courthouse with its verdict in the high-stakes federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs. On count 1, racketeering conspiracy, the jury declared Combs not guilty.
On count 1, the racketeering conspiracy charge, Sean Combs has been found not guilty. Not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, perhaps the most complicated charge for the jury to understand.
Because he's
also
one person,
acquitted on
that's
count
why.
2, the sex trafficking charge involving ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. However, on count 3,
What was count 3?
the jury found Combs guilty of transporting Cassie for the purposes of prostitution. The verdict seesawed again with count 4, as Combs was found not guilty of trafficking his other former girlfriend, known to the court as Jane. However, for count 5, Combs was found guilty of transporting Jane for the purposes of prostitution. The mixed verdict gave Diddy an overall acquittal of 3 of the 5 charges against him.
So the jury has now believed that the relationships that Sean Combs had with his former girlfriends Cassie Ventura and a woman who testified under the pseudonym Jane were not criminal.
Following the verdict, Judge Subramanian thanked the jury for their, quote, tremendous sacrifice over the course of the trial. He also noted that the choice of whether to speak to others, including the media, about the case is solely up to them.
I think it comes from the overreaching of the government in this case.
So they got him
trying
on
to fit
prostitution
the
charges.
allegations of this case into a RICO conspiracy made it that much less
So
powerful.
everything they could have got him on for a lot of time, they didn't get him on. They got him for prostitution. He's not finna sit no time. He's probably finna come home.
For the jury to take what they were saying to be true.
Sentencing outlook.
3 of the counts that had a life sentence possibility are gone.
Before the verdict was delivered,
Yep.
Sean Diddy Combs was staring down the possibility of life in prison, with 3 of the 5 federal charges carrying mandatory minimums of 15 years and maximums of life behind bars. However, with the jury acquitting him on the most serious counts, both trafficking charges and the racketeering conspiracy charge, it significantly reduced his sentencing exposure.
Count 1 was the most serious charge, carrying up to a life sentence. He has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy RICO. Not guilty. He has also been found not guilty of sex trafficking of Cassandra Ventura.
Because Diddy was ultimately found guilty on 2 lesser counts, transporting individuals to engage in prostitution, relating to both Cassie Ventura and a second victim identified as Jane, he now faces up to 20 years in prison. Each of the convictions carries a maximum sentence of 10 years.
Their client is now not facing life in prison. He is facing 2 separate charges that he was convicted on. Serious charges. They each carry a maximum of 10 years. So this isn't nothing that we are talking about.
A victory for Combs.
Yeah.
And Diddy could be heard saying, thank God, and I love you several times.
Following the verdict, which saw Sean Diddy Combs acquitted of the most serious charges and the ones carrying the steepest prison time, the outcome was largely viewed as a win for the embattled music mogul.
This is the best possible outcome for the defense. This is what, of course, they want a full acquittal. But if you're not getting a full acquittal, this is what they wanted.
Moments after the decision was read, Combs was said to have knelt in front of his chair, bowed his head as if in prayer, then stood and turned to the gallery, clapping.
Diddy was nodding. He put his hands in prayer. And our courtroom producer also heard his children and supporters saying yes repeatedly over and over with lots of excitement.
His gesture was met with cheers and applause from supporters. It is reported that he looked toward his family and said, quote, "Thank you. Love you, Mom. I love you. I love you. I love you," as loved ones wiped away tears. As he was escorted out by U.S. Marshals, his legal team exchanged hugs while the family section chanted Dream Team.
Family now is coming out. You can see the mother of Sean Combs waving and giving a thumbs up. His sons walking out as well. Twin daughters, you can hear perhaps the cheers from some of the supporters, if you can hear them over the hum of the traffic.
Attorney Tenny Garagos was also said to have embraced Combs' relatives with tears streaming down her face.
This is, I think it only needs so many words, and I keep saying it. I think
kept telling y'all, bro, the RICO case, that RICO shit is fake. They proved that the RICO thing is fake and not real because they changed it to make it for one person. The RICO Act is for a group, first off. Sex trafficking and all of that, everybody was willing participants. They gonna probably give them, I don't even want to try to guesstimate it because I don't want to be wrong.
this is a positive result for Sean Combs and his team.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
What she said.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Statement from Cassie. Through her lawyer, Cassie Ventura spoke out following the split verdict in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial. Ventura, a central figure in the case, played a pivotal role in the prosecution's narrative.
She testified for 4 days, often quite emotionally so, giving graphic, explicit detail of what she said she was made to do. And Sean Combs did not deny the facts of the freak-offs.
In a statement, her attorney, Douglas H. Wigdor, emphasized that the criminal proceedings stemmed from Ventura's initial civil complaint filed in November 2023.
That's true. the criminal investigation is largely based on the statements in Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, and intensified, of course, once video from the 2016 hotel security camera became public.
Wigdor said, quote, although the jury did not convict Combs of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, her bravery opened the door for accountability.
We're just pleased that he still faces substantial jail time.
He praised Ventura's courage, stating that her testimony left a lasting impact on both the entertainment industry and the broader push for justice. He concluded, quote, this case proves that change is long overdue, and we remain committed to advocating for survivors.
See, this is what I gotta realize. Now that all the real cases is thrown out, he gon' a lot of people finna get blackballed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people finna get blackballed. A lot of people ain't finna be able to do nothing. Basically, they finna cut waters off. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just Diddy. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of they rich. You know, so.
Outside the courtroom, Wigdor told reporters that Ventura is, quote, in a good place, and expressed satisfaction that Combs was finally held accountable for federal crimes.
He says that he's proud of her courage. He says that she...
Whatever. She blew y'all case. Like, she's the one that blew the case. Like, look, dog, I be watching the O.J. Simpson thing. She's the Mark Furman of this whole case. Like, she's the Mark Furman. She's the reason that he, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, because her testimony was heartwarming, but it was terrible for the case. Like, because her testimony proved everything but what they really wanted to get them with. Like, so whatever. Drop how y'all feel down in the comments on this, for sure. We was on time today with this one. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, comment. I think I said comment. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. We gone. You dig?